Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla, and today we're going to be talking about speech therapy, any question you guys ask. Sorry, right now I'm on my laptop and you can hear everything. um, so I'm in my bed right now. It's comfortable. I'm tired, whatever. And a lot of people have been asking me specifically how long I went through speech therapy, can I hear myself, just more hearing questions. So let's get into it. So I went to speech therapy for 13 years, 13 years. And my amount of deafness is about 80 decibels, so I believe that is severe hearing loss. Almost like a profound hearing loss. I heavily lip read, and I do understand ASL, which I love, the language and everything, but no one really knows it. My parents are trying to learn and everything. My dad is actually just taking classes, I think today. But it's amazing that they're trying to learn, and my family's been really accepting of my deaf and hard of hearing-ness. But I do talk. That's all. When a kid is born, a child's born, a lot of people want to fix their hearing right away and have them talk right away, which I don't agree with. The more I learned and studied and everything, but you know what, my parents made that decision. They helped me. They learned ASL. They're trying to learn it currently. I learned it, and they accepted my hard of hearing diagnosis, and I actually went into little groups as a kid with other deaf or hard of hearing people. So I did go to speech therapy. I hated it. Hated it. I also have auditory processing disorder, which affects my hearing, because basically if I hear something, which we don't know if I will, it takes my brain a while to process and understand it and be like, okay, this is what this person said to you. It also affects organization skills. I am highly disorganized. I had to work on that really hard, and just affected my speech as well, of learning my speech. It also affected schooling. I had a really hard time in school. I was pulled out of all my classes to go into special education rooms to get one-on-one teaching, because I was not at grade level. I'm still not at grade level for math. I suck at it, will never be good at it. Doesn't mean I can't be successful in my life. It just means that there's certain things that I am just not good at, such as math. But I also have executive functioning disorder, which affects processing. I'm a very literal person. I'm black and white. If you go gray, I'm very confused on what you're trying to say. I don't get it. I can't comprehend what it, sarcasm is so hard for me. I can be sarcastic, but if someone else is being sarcastic, I take it very literally, and I just can't understand it. People with hearing issues, not all of them have learning disabilities. It just happened that I do. Some people with learning disabilities, such as auditory processing disorder, don't have hearing loss, which is actually really cool, because a lot of people kind of confuse the two of, oh, you have an auditory issue which affects the ears, it means you have hearing loss. No, it's just, it takes a lot longer for them to really understand it. You can say something 10 times right in my face, I would be able to hear it, and my brain just can't process it, which is very, very frustrating. So right now I'm 21 and I graduated college. Woo! And I have my own job, which is amazing, because I know a lot of people who have learning disabilities don't go to college. It's a huge amount, which is really sad, especially because schooling is really hard. It has always been a hard thing for me. I know it's really hard for other people. I'm really fortunate that I stuck by it. I'm not saying that they don't stick through it or anything. It's just, it's really hard, and people don't understand how having learning disabilities affect you until you have it. And I confront as a normal person, obviously, like I'm having a flowing conversation, like you can't hear a deaf accent. But there is sometimes in my work where I just am not processing information correctly, and it's frustrating. So that also has affected my hearing losses, because it's hard to diagnose auditory processing disorder with a hearing loss, especially. So yeah, I did do speech therapy. I actually did it in the summer as well, not just the school year. They did not couple my speech therapy with sign language, because when I was younger, my audiologist and ENT, so ear, nose, and throat doctor, especially my ENT, love Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, if you're watching this, I love you. He always kept saying I would grow out of it. So I saw him since I was like 6 till I was an adult, and he retired and actually moved to New York. So I was like 17, 18, and he was like, you're gonna grow out of it by 11. I hit 11. He's like, you're gonna grow out of it by 13. I hit 13. Okay, well, maybe you should start looking into this. And my hearing just got worse, and worse. And now I'm on the path of getting a cochlear implant. Will I get one? Maybe, maybe not. So yeah, I just had 8 ear surgery, tube surgery, since I had an insane amount of infections. You know those files at doctor's offices? I have two that look like that. Like, it's so sad. So sad. My poor parents, I'm the most medically expensive child ever. But yeah, how I deal with it on the day-to-day, someone also asked that. It's very interesting because I'm stuck in between two worlds. I front as a hearing neurological normal person, and then I get to see how they treat and understand neurologically different disabled people. I don't say differently abled. People are disabled. I am disabled. And because I am disabled, and I understand how people treat us and looking on the outside. So I'm like stuck in between these two worlds. And I've learned a lot, but the most thing, we need to treat people who are disabled better. We need to understand them and hear them. I get really frustrated when people say differently abled, or my kid can do everything you can do, your kid can do, they just have this, they just have that. Like, no, they can't. I can't do everything a normal person can. I can't even drive. I have epilepsy. There's just some things I can't do, and you gotta understand that, and you just gotta adapt. Like, it's okay that not everyone is like right there. Like, you're disabled, we can figure it out. It's not the end of the world. So I think it's especially really hard as a 21-year-old who is hard of hearing. I kind of go between hard of hearing or deaf. If I'm introducing myself for someone for the first time, I say deaf, because most likely they don't understand the deaf and hard of hearing world. So it's just easier for them to just establish myself as a deaf person. And then once I get to know them better, then I say, because I am deaf, I was born deaf. Anyway, I don't have to explain myself. It is just kind of hard, especially because no one believes me when I say I'm deaf, because I can talk, even though deafness is a spectrum and everything. But you know what, like, that's their problem. I've learned I don't have to explain myself to anyone. I know what I am. If you want to accept it, amazing, thank you. If you don't, I also don't like wearing my hearing aids. I wore them once to work and at an event, and everyone stared at them. I hated it. It made me really uncomfortable, even as someone who's secure of being deaf. I'm still kind of insecure about hearing aids, not gonna lie. Even though I have a whole channel dedicated to it, I still am really insecure about it. And yeah, so I hope those answered your questions about speech therapy, what it was, how did it help. I still can't say some words, like, I'll put them here. Jewelry, monopoly, or simimum. I just avoid all those words in those sentences if I ever need them, and I'm like, oh, I love your necklace and your earrings and all of it. I just don't say jewelry because that's like awkward. Okay, so I'm finished. I'm sorry. Tell me kind of what videos you want me to have. I'm really appreciative if someone left that comment of asking all those questions and to have a video about it. So yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys next time and have a good day.